recording. There we go. So I'm just going to repeat that for the recording, everybody. My name's Katie Buxton, and I am a Forever Living business owner. I've just pressed record, so I've already started with the people that are watching live, so I won't tell you anything more, but if you want to know more, please do get in touch. Right, so everybody, we're going to talk about obviously supporting your health, so supporting your body, and obviously most people at the moment are particularly interested in supporting their immune system. So staying healthy, I think, and I'm just going to minimise myself as well. Staying healthy actually is really easy, isn't it? Or at least we think it is. It should be. Most of us know that we need to get at least 6 to 8 hours sleep a night. The more, the merrier. Most of us know we need to eat healthily. Most of us know we shouldn't smoke, that we need to do a bit of exercise, that we shouldn't drink too much alcohol. Obviously, avoiding infections, so, washing our hands, using hand sanitizer, things like that. Keeping ourselves a healthy body weight, because obviously there's a lot of strain put on your body if you're carrying extra weight, and minimising your stress levels. And there's a lot of research out there now about the impact that stress has on your physical health. And that's it. If you want to stay healthy, those are the things that we all have to do. But the one thing I think that a lot of us find very difficult is knowing what to put in our bodies and when to put it in our bodies. So tonight, my job is to talk to you a bit more about nutrition. So, too fast. So what does good nutrition look like? And again, it is pretty straightforward. And again, I think probably most people know this somewhere, but perhaps it's not maybe at the forefront of our mind. And obviously there's a lot out there that you can read about different diets and different ways of eating and things like that. But the crux of it is, and if you have a good look at the British Nutrition Foundation, it's a really, really good website actually. The crux of it is that we need something called macronutrients and we need something called micronutrients. So macronutrients we need a lot of, and micronutrients we need a little bit of. So macronutrients, quite simply, are carbohydrates, fats and proteins. Now, we all know there's good carbs and bad carbs, good fats and bad fats, and protein. And all of these things your body needs for energy. Now, I'm not going to go into that kind of diet. And again, there's a lot out there about different types of carbs and things like that. What I want to talk to you about tonight is those micronutrients, the vitamins and the minerals, because these are also essential for your health. They enable your body to produce everything it needs to grow, to develop, to protect itself, for your immune function, for all of your bodily functions. They need tiny amounts of vitamins and minerals to take place, to be within your cells as well. We also need fiber. And again, there's a lot more research out there now about fiber than there ever used to be. And the average person, the average adult, should be having about 30 grams of fiber a day. And research shows that most of us don't have 30 grams of fiber a day. So again, I'm not going to talk about fiber tonight because this webinar obviously could be hours long if we talked about all of these things. But again, have a look at your diet in terms of fiber and what you're eating, and have a really good think about, are you getting enough fiber? Because it's absolutely essential for your digestive health. And last but not least, water. We are 90%, 80% water. Okay, we need lots and lots of water. We all know that your brain stops functioning when you're dehydrated, your body stops functioning when you're dehydrated. Water is important for helping flush toxins out of your body and keeping you clean and healthy. And again, most people don't drink 2 to 2.5 litres to 3 litres of water every single day. And it doesn't, for those of you that don't know, it doesn't actually have to be just water. Tea and coffee and things like that do count, any form of liquid, but obviously the cleaner that liquid, the better it is for you. So we're going to talk about vitamins and minerals. So we're going to talk about those micronutrients tonight. So vitamin D. Now I've got a picture of the sun there because I think, again, I feel like when I do this kind of presentation, I'm probably telling you things that you know, or maybe know a bit about, but not a lot about. So bear with me if it feels familiar. And I'm kind of hoping in some ways that it does feel familiar because these are things that actually we all should know and we should be teaching our children about as well. So vitamin D, you get from the sun, mainly from the sun. You can also get it from some foods. I'll talk about that in a second. And it comes from actual skin exposure to the sun. So it can be your hands, your face, your body. And we don't actually need to stand in direct sunlight for very long to get the amount of vitamin D that we need every day. But that does have to be vitamin D going directly onto your skin, so sunlight directly onto your skin. So interestingly, there's some research done about Australians, and quite a lot of Australians have a vitamin D deficiency, which you would think is really odd. But of course, they are so conscious of the big fat hole in the ozone layer they've got above themselves and the direct impact of sun on their skin in terms of cancer that actually some Australians are almost too cautious about the sun, and they end up with a vitamin D deficiency there. So there is a happy medium there, but do make sure you get out there in the fresh air and the sunlight as much as you possibly can, particularly in winter. And if you look at the northern hemisphere, and if you think about what last winter was like, it rained. It felt like from October right through to April until we went into lockdown, it felt like it was constant rain. And that means that people will have a natural vitamin D deficiency because we're just not getting enough sunlight. So again, on a bright sunny day like it was today in Birmingham, get out there and get some sunshine, and you don't need to get very much. But it's essential for producing antimicrobial proteins in your body, and these are what kill viruses and bacteria. So it's really important for your immune health to get vitamin D. It's also important for your mental health too. It contributes to the normal function of your immune system and the normal function of your muscles too. You'll find vitamin D, and again tonight, I will talk about some supplements towards the end of this presentation, but actually I really want to highlight where you can get these from your diet, because this is all about eating a healthy diet. So fatty fish like tuna, mackerel and salmon, and we should also all be having at least 2 or 3 portions of fatty fish a week because of getting omega-3s, which is again something else to talk about another time. Beef liver, cheese and egg yolks have all got vitamin D in there as well. So there are also some foods out there that get fortified with vitamin D. So you can often buy milk that's fortified with vitamin D, orange juice fortified with vitamin D, soy milk, and some cereals, especially children's cereals as well. Now at the bottom of all of these slides, so I'm just going to move, I've got a bar across the bottom of mine. I'm going to put it at the top so it doesn't disturb me. You'll see at the bottom there, and I've just used women. Men are, it's not actually that dissimilar, men and women, but your recommended nutritional intake. And again, I won't go into the difference between RDA and RNI and RNA, but basically RNI is what we should use for measuring nutrients, and especially when we're talking about vitamins and minerals. So we're talking about very, very small amounts. So the average female needs about 10 micrograms of vitamin D every day. Now, vitamin A, again, you've all heard of vitamin A. You might have heard, of course, of beta carotene. And just so you know, try and get that in your head, beta carotene and vitamin A are the same thing, okay? You need beta carotene, and your body will change that into vitamin A. So you'll have heard about that at all. Now, I always think of carrots. When I think of beta carotene, I think of carrots. Carrots are orange. And if you look at the picture there of where we find vitamin A naturally, you've got pumpkins there, you've got orange melon, cantaloupe there, sweet potatoes, peppers, mangoes, apricots, carrots there, a few greens, broccoli and kale should probably be on pretty much every single slide in this presentation. Broccoli is amazing, and it's also actually one of those ones that you can really get children to eat quite easily as well. So I try and get broccoli into my kids probably every other day. We have a joke in our house that there is always something green on the plate, and the kids laugh if daddy cooks dinner and there's nothing green. And obviously you've got a squash there, it's green on the outside but orange on the inside. So think of beta carotene, think of carrots, anything that's orange generally will have some vitamin A in it. Now vitamin A is important. It's known as the anti-inflammation vitamin. Now, when you get poorly, cells get inflamed, your body gets inflamed. So vitamin A really helps to contribute to a reduction in inflammation. And therefore, obviously, it enhances your immune function, but it also is important for the normal function of your heart and your lungs and your kidneys. Now, the other thing up there, you'll see at the very top, vitamin A is also called retinol, slightly different form of vitamin A, but it's called retinol. And again, think of retina in your eyes, and it's absolutely essential for your eye health. And there are some really good supplements that both we do and that are out there with a lot of vitamin A in there that's really, really good for your vision. So the adult female RNI is 600 micrograms of vitamin A. Now, I've put this slide in here because it's one of those ones I don't really know where to talk about now. Lots and lots of people have heard of free radicals, and lots of people have heard of antioxidants, but I don't think many people understand exactly what they are. We hear about free radicals and how dangerous they are, and we hear about antioxidants in foods and how good they are, but do you understand why? And it's really, really simple. And I think this diagram, and there's again lots of diagrams out there, is absolutely perfect. A free radical is quite simply an unstable atom. Okay, and if you think back to GCSE science and chemistry, which for me is a long time ago, unstable atoms cause problems. So free radicals out there, and you'll get free radicals in cigarette smoke, in alcohol, in pollution. Essentially, anything you think of as nasty, it will have those free radicals in it. It will have those unstable atoms in there. To make an atom stable, you need to add an electron to pair it with. And you can see there, a free radical has an electron that's unpaired. Antioxidants are incredibly clever atoms, and they carry around with them spare electrons. So they can pair with another electron on the free radical and they can neutralize it. So if you have a diet that is really, really rich in antioxidants, and we tend to think of those mainly as red berries, anything red, a red fruit or a red berry tends to be high in antioxidants. Those antioxidants can really help your body fight free radicals, and free radicals can seriously damage your body, and you read about free radicals when it comes to things like cancer and all sorts of things. So that's there now, because we're now going to talk about some antioxidant vitamins and minerals, okay? So let's start with vitamin E. So vitamin E is a fat-soluble antioxidant. Now, again, this is important to understand. Some of our vitamins are what we call water-soluble, and some of our vitamins are fat-soluble. So A, C, and E are fat-soluble, and B and D are water-soluble. I think that's right. I can't remember about D now. I'm off on one. Anyway, fat soluble means that they need a bit of fat to be absorbed into your body. So again, if you're taking multivitamins in the morning and then you maybe just have some fruit juice with it, some of those fat soluble vitamins won't be absorbed into your body because they need you to ingest some fat as well. So it's usually quite a good idea to have a spoonful of yogurt or something like that with it as well. So again, you can see the picture here. So vitamin E, where do you find it? Can you see the amount of nuts? Nuts are really, really well known for having lots of vitamin D in there. You've got shellfish in there, you've got avocados in there, you've got broccoli in there. As I said, I think it's on pretty much every slide. You've got some red things, there's some red fruits over there, red peppers and tomatoes, mangoes down the bottom, but mainly nuts. So nuts and shellfish are incredibly good. And I think if you see next to the avocado, that's cod liver oil tablets, so fish oil as well. So vitamin E is incredibly important. And it's found in a really high concentration, a much higher concentration in your immune cells compared to other cells that you carry around in your blood. So you need vitamin E for your immune cells. And it's known to help you modulate and regulate your immune function. If you supplement with vitamin E, so if you can't stomach a massive diet of nuts and prawns and avocados and things like that, then that's, again, a really good supplement to take something with vitamin E in it. It can reduce your risk of infection. It can really enhance your immune function, particularly in older people as well. And again, can you see the tiny amount that you need? RNI of 3 milligrams a day. Now, you need to eat a fair amount of the things on that picture to get your 3 milligrams, because it isn't a very available vitamin. So that's your vitamin E. So again, really supports your immune system. Now, vitamin C, all of you, I doubt there's a single person watching tonight that hasn't heard of vitamin C. And in fact, I think probably most children have heard of vitamin C. And traditionally, somebody gets a cold, you say, go and drink some orange juice, go and drink some orange juice. Now, why? Vitamin C is genuinely, absolutely essential for supporting your immune function. And you need a lot of it. So just having your one little vitamin a day of vitamin C will help. But actually, if you are feeling like you're coming down with something, then you really, really need to increase your vitamin C intake. It's important because vitamin C helps with iron absorption. I'm going to talk about iron a bit later on, but iron is not very bioavailable, which means it is really difficult for your body to absorb it. And vitamin C helps your body absorb iron. So if you're taking an iron supplement, having it with some orange juice or a lemon or something like that, and you see broccoli's on there again. My favorite vegetable is on there again. That picture is just some unusual sources of vitamin C. Obviously, we all know that oranges and strawberries and things like that have all got vitamin C in as well, but these are just some unusual ones. Potatoes are actually a really good source of vitamin C as well. So you've got vitamin C, fruits and vegetables, and again, a lot of you will know what to take with that. But it protects your cells from what we call oxidative stress. Now, oxidative stress is exactly what we were talking about with those free radicals and those antioxidants. And your body will produce, it'll start to produce oxidative stress. It's a really hard thing to say when you exercise or when you expose it to those free radicals as well. So anything that says it protects your cells from oxidative stress means it is protecting your cells from those free radicals. So you've got those antioxidants which protect you against free radicals, and that obviously vitamin C in that will also help with the reduction of tiredness and fatigue. Your body relies on vitamin C to launch its immune response, and it also helps to minimize damage to the body as well. So again, a really, really important vitamin. Female RNI there, an adult female RNI of 40 milligrams a day. Vitamin B9, also known as folate. Now, most of you will have heard of folic acid. The reason you'll have heard of folic acid as opposed to folate is because folic acid is the synthetic form of folate that goes into a lot of supplements. And the reason being is folate itself is really sensitive to heat. And obviously a lot of processes, like say bread, for example, when you bake bread, you heat it up, and the folate in some of the grains obviously will then be broken down because it's heat sensitive. So synthetic folic acid is a really, really good way to supplement your body. But let's talk about the picture there. Can you see the amount of seeds and nuts? So we all know seeds and nuts are incredibly good for folate, and anything green, and you can see broccoli, kale, sprouts, spinach, peas there. So your greens are really, really good for folate. You've got some citrus fruits up the top there, but as I said, mainly nuts and seeds, and obviously avocado pops up a lot as well for vitamin D. So again, and obviously we all know that pregnant women need to have a lot of folate as well, so that kind of diet, but you need to be careful there. You've got liver in that picture, and obviously liver contains a lot of vitamin A, which can be, if you're pregnant, if you have too much vitamin A, and you have to have quite a lot of it, can be quite damaging. So obviously speak to doctors if you're pregnant and watching this tonight. So folate deficiency, which again is something that's relatively common, affects your immune cell proliferation, so your body's ability to produce immune cells and the way that they function. So your immune cells, we're going to call them T cells. So think of immune cells as T cells, and it stands for T lymphocyte, and that's going to come up again later on, and I hope you're paying attention. So think of your immune cells as something we call T lymphocytes or T cells. So again, so folate deficiency can reduce the proportion of your T cells or immune cells that are circulating around your body. Iron, so some minerals here as well. So iron, so that's, and there are obviously lots and lots of other vitamins that we can take and should take, but these are just a few key ones that really help with your immune function. My phone's just buzzing. I just want to check there isn't a problem. No, there's not. That's good. So iron. Iron is in every single human cell, so it is absolutely categorically essential to your body. Unfortunately, it has really low bioavailability. So I spoke about that just a minute ago. Bioavailability means your body's ability to absorb it. So you can take vitamin C to help your body absorb iron, but if you drink tea and coffee with your iron supplement, then you're going to reduce your body's ability to ingest your iron. So if you take your supplements in the morning, and then you have a cup of tea or coffee, you are probably not getting as much of the iron in your supplement as you should be. So think very carefully about how quickly after breakfast or after taking your supplements that you have your cup of tea or coffee. Ideally, first thing in the morning, and I'll tell you about the thing that I have first thing every morning, with your supplements or after your supplements, have a glass of water or a hot lemon and water, because that's really, really good for just setting your body up for the day. So iron is really important for your blood's ability to carry oxygen, okay? And we all know that oxygen is essential to human health. So it's a fundamental element in your body, a fundamental for your immune system, fundamental for producing immune cells, for helping immune cells mature, and that deficiency creates something called anemia. And those of you who knows what anemia is, it makes you incredibly tired and fatigued. So iron is absolutely essential. Iron supplements, pure iron supplements, I know can cause all sorts of things like constipation stuff. They can be uncomfortable. There are ways around that. So you just need to make sure that if you are iron deficient, that you really think about your diet. Again, can you see that? Broccoli is there again. Again, lots of seeds and nuts and apricots. There's chia seeds up the top there. Coriander, unusual source of iron there, and liver and some mushrooms too. But broccoli, again, broccoli with every meal. I tell you, it's the solution to everything. So an adult female needs 14.8 milligrams of iron per day. Zinc, again, in every single human cell. And what zinc does, and you will find this in a lot of immune system supplements, you'll find a lot of zinc in them, and that's really important because what zinc does is stop your immune system from spiraling out of control. Now, some of you will know that there are some congenital illnesses where actually it's your immune system attacking your body, because when your immune system spirals out of control, it attacks your body and can cause even more problems. So keeping your immune system in balance is really, really important. And what we're talking about here tonight, we're not talking about boosting your immune system. You can't do that. So if you ever see a headline in a newspaper that says boost your immune system, just rip it up. You can't boost your immune system. What you can do is help it to function, and you can help it to stay in balance, but you can't boost it. So Zinc is really, really important for stopping it spiraling out of control. It may reduce, and there's research to show that it may reduce the severity of a common cold, possibly shorten the duration of your cold, but it has a profound influence on the molecules that are involved with regulating your immune function. I can't believe it. I've got a picture and there's no broccoli. Now, I can't remember if there's any zinc in broccoli. Maybe there's not, but I'll have to check that one out. Not as many seeds and nuts. You've got almonds and cashews there, some seeds. Mushrooms are really, really good source of zinc. And again, if you look at some immune system supplements, you'll find that a lot of them have shiitake mushrooms in them, which is the ones in the picture there. And I can never pronounce it. Meishi mushrooms as well. Basically some Japanese mushrooms, which are really, really, really high in zinc. You've got spinach there as well, pumpkin seeds, and chickpeas there in the background as well. So, and radishes. So if you like radishes, awesome for zinc in there. And again, this is a very, very small amount. So 7 milligrams of zinc just to keep yourself functioning fully. And selenium. Now, a lot of people haven't heard of selenium, and again, it is a fairly common element, but I don't think many people have heard of it. Selenium is absolutely essential for regulating your immune system, and it is incredibly important as an antioxidant. We talked a while ago now about how important antioxidants are. So it really can combat oxidative stress and free radicals. You can see there again, seeds and nuts come up all the time. What I will say, just as a word of caution around seeds and nuts, and this is where I think there's a bit of misinformation or maybe misunderstanding. Seeds and nuts have a really, really high calorific content. They have great fats. The fats in them are really, really good fats. They're very, very natural fats. Obviously, you can see from tonight, they've got lots and lots of vitamins and minerals in them, but they are also calorific. So if you walk around snacking on, well, that many Brazil nuts in that picture there is going to be about 200 calories. So just be really, really careful when you're snacking on nuts and seeds that you don't increase your calorific intake too much and end up putting on weight from eating healthily. And there's that balance, is there, around eating healthily and putting on weight. And you can see there, you've got tuna, you've got kidneys, you've got beef, you've got prawns, you've got chicken, you've got eggs. So basically, meats and nuts are really, really good for sources of selenium. So it regulates your cellular processes in nearly all of your tissues and cell types, and it's involved in your adaptive immune response, which means your body adapting to how it needs to behave depending on what viruses and bacteria you're carrying around. So you need 60 micrograms of selenium every day. So that's the kind of things your body needs. Hopefully you've understood what kind of foods you need to be eating. And again, I'm sure most of you understand that that's a healthy diet. There wasn't a single picture there of cake or bread or pasta or anything processed or sugar or anything like that. All of that was in your natural diet, natural foods. And again, if we want to keep fit and well and healthy, eating as much clean and natural food as you can, as opposed to processed food, is a really, really good place to start. So let's talk about some supplements. Now, I could talk forever about supplements, but I'm actually only going to talk about 3 supplements that you can start to use to really help support your body with its health, its internal health and its function. So aloe vera. As I said, I work with Forever Living Products. Forever Living Products is the world's biggest grower and manufacturer of aloe vera and aloe vera paste products. So we are the aloe vera company. So this is our key product. It accounts for 50% of our sales, and here is why. It contains 75 identified nutrients. It contains all of your vitamin B's, A, C, E, folic acid. It contains the minerals calcium, sodium, iron, potassium, chromium, magnesium, zinc, manganese, copper. It contains choline, lignins, saponins, anthraquinones, ACE man and amino acids, enzymes, all sorts of goodness. And you can go out, and there is so much scholarly information out there now about what you will find within an aloe vera plant. But can you see how I've put in bold their trace amounts? These are in teeny, tiny amounts, but they are perfectly balanced. You will not find in aloe vera the amounts that you need on a daily basis. So you can't just rely on drinking some aloe vera and getting all of your zinc or all of your B vitamins. But it is a really good starting point, and it is a perfectly balanced plant. Now, looking at that picture of that plant there, we don't eat the outside of the aloe vera plant. That rind there actually has toxins. So what you really want to do, if you're looking at aloe vera, is you want to find fillet only aloe vera. So a company that only uses the fillet, the inside of the aloe vera. And again, the only way you can get to that is by hand filleting it. So aloe vera is incredibly good for your gastrointestinal health. It is incredibly good for your digestion. It absolutely helps support your immune system, and I'll show you why shortly, and promotes overall health and well-being. I have drunk aloe vera every single day for the last 5.5 years since I was introduced to the product, as has my family. And I wouldn't be without it. And if there is a day where for some random reason I've forgotten to have it, I can tell I haven't had it. I just don't feel right. So great for digestion, great for your immune system, great for your skin, your hair, your nails, and your overall health and well-being. Now, you saw on that first slide, I mentioned something called Ace Mannan. Now, Ace Mannan is completely, totally, and utterly unique to aloe vera. You don't find Ace Mannan anywhere else. It's natural. It's a natural polysaccharide found in the leaves of Aloe barbadensis. Now, Ace Mannan is considered one of the bioactive polysaccharides that promotes immunoregulation and can increase T cell production. So can you remember what T cells are? T cells, or T lymphocytes, are your immune cells. So Ace Mannan can really, really work really well with your T cell production, your immune cell production. At the bottom here, you will see, I don't know if you want to screenshot it, that's absolutely fine. There is a link at the bottom there. Now, there are lots and lots of scholarly articles out there about Ace Mannan in aloe and the impact that it can have on your immune system. So have a read of that article if you're really interested. Our aloe vera, Forever's aloe vera, has nearly double the amount of Ace Mannan required by the International Aloe Science Council to certify products for the purity of the aloe in them. So it's a really, really powerful thing. The side profile of the, I'm just looking at my watch to make sure I don't overrun, the side profile of the aloe vera slice there, you can see there. Can you see the clear gel, and then you see a slightly lighter green and the dark green? The dark green we definitely don't want. The light green we want a little bit, because it's got some really good things, but if you have too much in there, it can be problematic. And the inner bit, that inner leaf gel, is where all of that goodness is. So we literally hand harvest and slice out that gel. Now, whoever it is that's invited you to have a look at this tonight can send you a video, a really short one, it's about 4 minutes long, of our aloe vera plantations right through the factory process, and you can watch the guys filleting the aloe there and just see how it is that we do it. As I said, we are the world's #1 grower and producer of aloe vera based products. We're certified by the Aloe Science Council. Now, that bottle there contains 99.7% pure inner leaf aloe vera gel and vitamin C, and that is it. We do not put anything else in our aloe gel, and it is just that pure inner leaf gel. We grow it ourselves, we hand harvest it, we hand fillet it, we control, and because of that, because we own that plantation there, and that plantation is in the Dominican Republic, we've got another one in Texas, and the one in the Dominican Republic is the largest aloe vera plantation in the world. And so because of that, we can control the quality and the purity of the aloe for every single bottle, and we could do hundreds of thousands, millions of tests every single year on our products to make sure that that quality is absolutely pure. We also have an incredibly ethical and fair farming process. The nutrients in aloe vera gel, because they are so finely balanced, are incredibly bioavailable. And if you remember what that means your body's ability to absorb them. So the second supplement I want to talk to you about tonight is something that we call RG+. Now, RG+ is another drink. We're talking about 3 drinks. We're not talking about any pills tonight. We do have a lot of capsules and pills in terms of supplements as well, and whoever's invited you on tonight can talk to you about those as well. But tonight we're just talking about 3 drinks, 3 things you can drink. So RG+. Now, RG+ it comes in a little sachet, and it contains 5 grams of what's called the miracle molecule. And again, if you Google miracle molecule L-arginine, you will find so much research out there about it. And in fact, one of the Nobel Prize winners won his Nobel Prize for the research that he did into L-arginine and the importance of L-arginine in the body. Now, L-arginine is an essential amino acid, and again, amino acid is one of those terms that I think everybody's heard of, but maybe doesn't necessarily know what they are. But amino acids are absolutely essential to build proteins, and proteins are really important in your body. If we remember back to your macronutrients and your micronutrients, your macronutrients are carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. And those building blocks of proteins are amino acids, and L-arginine is one of those essential amino acids. Our body produces it, okay? So we're not putting anything into your body that you don't already have in your body. What we're doing is giving you a bit extra to help your body on its way. So it's incredibly good for supporting an active lifestyle. It's really, really helpful to support blood building nutrients and supports antioxidants. It's really good for muscle function and for energy maintenance. It also contains, so it's a actually really tasty drink. It also contains lots and lots of those red berries that we talked about. If you think anything red generally will have some really good antioxidants in there to fight those free radicals. And when you're exercising, your body produces free radicals, so you want antioxidants in there to really help your body fight those free radicals. When you get tired and fatigued, your body's producing free radicals because exercise is hard. It's hard on your body, so you need to support your body. So it's got blackcurrant, pomegranate, elderberry, raspberry, blueberries, all sorts of red and blueberries in there as well. So what is L-arginine? As I said, it's an amino acid. Now, what it is in your body, it's what we call a precursor. So it means it's necessary for, okay? And it is necessary for the production of nitric oxide in your body. And I said blood there because it's really where it does this is in what's called your vascular endothelium. Your vascular endothelium, vascular just means blood or blood vessel, and the endothelium are the little cells that line our blood vessels, okay? So it's really, really important to help produce nitric oxide in this vascular endothelium, right? And what the nitric oxide does when it's in that vascular endothelium is dilate your blood vessels, so make your blood vessels go bigger. And you know about the dilation of blood vessels because you know about pupils dilating, for example. Well, when blood vessels dilate, they go from being constricted to open. Right? And when our blood vessels are more open, obviously that means that your blood can flow better. It can support blood flow around the body, which therefore supports your cardiovascular health. Now, your blood obviously takes vitamins and minerals and nutrients and everything that have gone through your digestive system and into your blood around your body. So by dilating our blood vessels, it means that we're not just the blood flow, but everything within that blood, even the oxygen that we're taking in, is going around our bodies just that little bit more efficiently. So arginine plays an important role also in cell division, wound healing, immune function, the release of hormones, all sorts of things, but particularly as that precursor to nitric oxide. So really, really good. You can take it at any time, and it's not something you would necessarily just take with sport. It's really good, obviously, to take before you do exercise, but also after you do exercise. Taking it at night time before bed just to help your body whilst you're sleeping, because when we sleep, and the reason why your immune system needs lots of sleep is that when we sleep, that's when your body starts to work on itself, because it's not busy helping your hands move if you talk like I do, or helping everything else function. When you're sleeping, it's your body's chance to heal itself after a busy day. So if you can help it do that, you can take some L-arginine before bed as well, and that will help them. So it's one of those things that you can take for lots of different reasons and lots of different purposes, but really, really useful thing to take. So as well as containing L-arginine, it also contains vitamin C, D, B6, B12, and folate. So we've talked about C, D, and folate. We haven't talked about B6 and B12. B6 contributes to your normal red blood cell formation and protein metabolism and reduces your tiredness and fatigue. And B12 basically does something very, very similar, as well as working on your neurological function and your body's nerve function as well. The B vitamins as a whole, if you think of the B vitamins, obviously folate is a B vitamin as well, it's B9. The B vitamins are basically responsible for converting your food energy into cellular energy, and they all work on different parts of different cells. So B vitamins, if you think B vitamin equals, you can say energy or you can say reduction in tiredness and fatigue, but also in taking your food energy and putting that into cellular energy. There is a bit of a warning around RG. Just be careful if you've got a heart condition, you're pregnant, or you're taking other medication, you should talk to your doctor first, because obviously of what it does to your blood vessels. RG is not vegan or vegetarian, I'm afraid, because it contains lanolin. The vitamin D comes from lanolin, and that is comes from sheep wool. And obviously the arginine itself also comes from an animal source. It's something that animals produce. It's produced in our bodies by animals. So it's not vegan or vegetarian, I'm afraid. The last one is what is called record. So the last drink, I don't drink mine in a wine glass like they do there. I know they've tried to make it look pretty, but I drink it very quickly in a little glass, or I put it in a smoothie. Super Greens. Now, I'm sure there are people listening tonight that have looked at those pictures that I've shown them of all the different fruits and vegetables and thought, I don't have that many. I don't have the time, or I don't want to, or I don't like those fruits and vegetables. Now, I do not want you to think of Super Greens as a replacement for broccoli, because it's not, or a replacement for a really good healthy diet. Again, this is supplementation, so you still need to work hard to make sure you're having your leafy greens and make sure you're eating healthily. But Super Greens can give you those bits of extras, particularly perhaps if you've had a couple of days where you haven't eaten very well. It can really, really boost you then. So Super Greens is a powder in a sachet. You mix it with water, or you can mix it with anything else that you want to. And it contains 20 different fruits and vegetables, mainly vegetables, some fruits as well, and it gives it a bit of sweetness. And it also contains vitamin C, E, and magnesium. We've talked about C, we've talked about E. Magnesium is really important for your energy yielding metabolism. Again, it's one of those ones that can help with tiredness and fatigue, but it also helps your electrolyte balance. So again, it can be really good when you're exercising as well, and your psychological function. So magnesium, a really, really important element as well for your body to have. Obviously, this is vegan because it really is just fruits and vegetables. You can mix this with a smoothie if you want to. We're coming into Halloween, so if you want to make your kids porridge, Halloween porridge, you can put some in their porridge as well and give them green porridge. So here's the 20 different fruits and vegetables it contains. So some of them really common that you will have a lot of the time. Other ones not so common, like acai and goji, pomegranate, barley grass. A lot of people don't have things like that. So these are the 20 fruits and vegetables contained in Super Greens. So think of this as just a shot of goodness to have every morning, or when you're feeling a bit flat, just to give you that little bit extra, particularly if you don't think you've got a really healthy diet. Now, whoever's invited you or given you the link for you tonight can send you a sachet of RG to try, a sachet of Super Greens to try. We do little mini bottles of aloe as well for you to try and have a think about. So I really hope that has been a useful information evening. I hope I didn't talk too fast. I hope I haven't overwhelmed you. For those of you that are watching live on the webinar, we have actually done this live also into a Facebook group, so you could go back and watch it again if you want to. So again, ask the person who invited you on tonight to add you to that Facebook group if you're not already in it, and you can watch it again tonight. Most importantly, those 3 products I talked to you about, the aloe, the RG, and the Super Greens, whoever's invited you on tonight can get those products for you. So as we go into the winter season with everything else that's going on and the normal colds and flus, if you feel like there's something you want to do to support, not boost, your immune system, get in touch, and I'm sure we can help you. So thank you very much for listening, everybody, and good night.